Saudel has weakened down to a tropical storm since the previous update. It's at 17.6 degrees north, 110.4 degrees east as of 5 a.m. Philippine Standard Time this October the 24th. Satellite appearance looks decent on the storm with some significant convective bursts, so it is looking decent for a tropical storm at this time. Has winds of 60 miles per hour and a pressure of 997 millibars, moving west at 14 miles per hour. It is a stage 2 on the CDPS scale, but that still means significant damage is possible. You can see here why it's a stage 2, with rainfall potential being the main driving factor. This is for Hainan, but Vietnam could also receive some damage and some flooding from this as well. Again, a stage 2 means significant damage is possible from this, so despite it only being a stage 2 out of 10 on the CDPS scale, it still is something significant and it should be treated seriously. The storm again has winds of 60 miles per hour, and some of those winds are over land, tropical storm force winds extending over much of Hainan, and so some of that radius of maximum winds could very well be over Hainan right now, with over typhoon force gusts being possible. Here we go with distances from different locations. From Sanya, it's about 19 miles away, that's right over on the southern tip of Hainan. From Quanghai, it's about 88 miles away. From Donghoi, it's about 215 miles away. From Vinh, it's about 267 miles away. And from Thanh Hoa, it's about 279 miles away. A yellow typhoon warning does remain in effect for southern Hainan at this time. Those are the only watches and warnings that we know of right now. Well, here's the intensity estimation of this storm right now. You can see SATCOM, AMSU, RAM Multi-Platform, SAB, and ATCF all in agreement with our estimate of 60 miles per hour for the storm. We do have some more conservative estimates from the NOAA Multi-Platform intensity estimate, and the ADT from CIMSS also going lower than the 60 mile per hour estimation that we've given the storm. Well, here's the cone for the storm from the JTWC. It's expected to weaken from here on out, making a tropical storm landfall into Vietnam. I think that could be a little generous. The severe well could no longer be tropical by the time it gets there. We'll have to see, but it's expected to weaken down all the way to 20 knots by the time it gets inland, and is expected to die off within the next 2 days. Well, here is the rain total forecast, courtesy of the HWRF, and you can see there widespread areas well over 4 inches in Hainan, and you can see well over 4 inches relatively widespread now for the Vietnam coastline. 2 to 4 to 8 inch areas widespread, with localized areas of over 8 inches being possible. Well, here are the sea surface temperatures as of 12 UTC today. They're definitely going down for the storm right now. It's about 27 degrees Celsius where the storm is right now, and with relatively shallow waters, that's not going to be overly conducive for any sort of strengthening whatsoever. Well, what are the chances of tropical storm force winds? You can see those there with 30 to 40% chances just on the coast of Vietnam there. You can see there for the southern tip of Hainan, we do have those 60 to 70% chances creeping on, and the very border of 70 to 80% on some of the southern portions of Hainan as well. Chances of typhoon force winds are virtually zero because the storm's no longer a typhoon, but I thought it's important to note that there are no longer any chances of that on any land areas. Well, here's the intensity guidance. Weakening is expected from here on out. Why is that? Well, first of all, wind shear is about to start going up dramatically. Second of all, we do have significant lowerings in sea surface temperatures, and the storm's about to hit land. And all of that combined is going to result in weakening occurring for this storm from here on out. Well, here is the storm on RAM imagery, as you can see here, and it is producing quite the convective towers with over negative 80 degrees Celsius tops at times. So this is still a significant system producing significant convection, but it is going to be weakening from here on out. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow our outlets. First of all, the website, force13.com, with new articles coming out all the time for your reading pleasure about all things weather. YouTube.com/force13 with our tropical weather bulletins, animations, and tropical updates. You can also find us on Facebook with more information on those things. And then also on Twitter. We have the US branches and AU branches on there as well, but you can see the URL below. Teespring.com/store/force13. That's where you can find things like the Smug Mug to buy. And finally, the Patreon. Patreon.com/force13, where you can support the project and help it become even better.